Across the ancient Americas, a strange pattern emerges. In the sacred myths of countless cultures, two brothers appear, twins born of gods, raised in secret, destined to transform the world. These twins are not just heroes, they are cosmic forces, light and shadow, war and peace, order and chaos. How is it that peoples separated by mountains, deserts, and centuries tell such eerily similar tales? Are these archetypes symbols that arise naturally from the human mind? Or do they hint at something deeper, a shared memory, a forgotten origin? Welcome to Untold Secrets of Ancient America. Today we follow a mystery that spans the hemisphere. The twin heroes, mythical brother pairs across the Americas. Our story begins in the lush jungles of the Maya. Here, the ancient text known as the Popol Vuh tells of two divine twins, Hunahpu and Ixbalanque. Their father, a great ball player named Hunahpu, was summoned to the Maya underworld, Xibalba, and was sacrificed by the lords of death. His head was hung in a tree, yet from that severed head came life. A maiden, touched by its power, became pregnant and gave birth in secret to the twins. From the beginning, the boys are marked by destiny. Mischievous and gifted, they display supernatural powers even as children. They are tricksters and magicians, healers and heroes. Their journey begins when they challenge the gods of Xibalba, the same dark lords who killed their father. They descend into the underworld willingly, armed not with weapons, but with cunning. There, they face trial after trial. The House of Knives, the House of Darkness, the House of Jaguars. At each turn, the gods expect their failure. But the twins overcome every obstacle. They use disguise, illusions, and shape-shifting to survive. They are killed and resurrected, burned and reborn. At last, they reverse the cycle. They outwit the lords of death and offer themselves in sacrifice. But instead of dying, they are reborn once more, this time as celestial bodies. One becomes the sun, the other the moon. Their myth is more than a tale of revenge. It's a cycle of death, sacrifice, and cosmic balance, a myth of duality, a parable of becoming. But this is only the first of many twin stories. Across vast distances, other cultures tell different versions, with the same core. In the deserts and mesas of the American Southwest, the Navajo people tell of two twins as well, Monster Slayer and Born for Water, sons of Changing Woman and the Sun. Their land is infested with monsters, terrifying beings born in a time of chaos. These are no fairy tale creatures, they are droughts, famines, warlike spirits, real threats made myth. Monster Slayer is brave, reckless, a fierce warrior. Born for Water is quiet, thoughtful, and wise. They are opposites, but they are also halves of one whole. As boys, they journey east to find their father, the sun. To prove themselves, they pass his tests, crossing razor canyons, walking on lightning, speaking truth in the face of power. The sun gifts them weapons, lightning arrows, shields of dawnlight, and prayers of power. With these, the twins descend back to Earth to face the monsters. They fight the giant of the north. They slay the horned water serpent. They outwit the rock eagle, who devours people whole. With each victory, the land becomes more habitable. Their battle is a cleansing of the world, a preparation for humanity's rise. In some versions, they continue to wander, spreading balance and learning. In others, they fade into the sky, becoming distant stars. Their duality is clear. One acts, one observes. One attacks, one protects. Two approaches, one goal, another echo of the twin myth. And still, the pattern grows deeper. In the ancient woodlands of the Ohio and Mississippi valleys, we find the legacy of the Hopewell and Adena mound builders. They left no written myths, but their descendants, Shawnee, Lenape, and others, remember stories of powerful brother figures. Among the Lenape, a pair of creators bring the world into balance. One names the animals and teaches the people. The other becomes jealous, introducing confusion and disruption. Among the Shawnee, two divine travelers walk the rivers. One plants crops, teaches fire, and brings law. The other incites conflict, resents humanity, and drifts toward darkness. But these aren't simple moral tales. The second twin is not purely evil. He represents instability, challenge, the testing of strength. These are forces of nature, given personality, balance through struggle. Their mounds, like Serpent Mound in Ohio, align to solstices and lunar cycles. The symbolism is undeniable. Even the structures seem to honor cosmic duality, light and dark, summer and winter, life and death. Did these ancient engineers encode twin principles in earth and stone? Did their entire culture revolve around balance between opposing forces? Though much of their language and ceremony is lost, the echoes remain. And the twin story persists. We now move south, to the towering Andes and the wild rivers of the Amazon. Here, among the Inca and their neighbors, the story unfolds again. The Inca worshipped Viracocha, the great creator deity. In some versions of his myth, Viracocha sends two sons out across the land, one to the highlands, one to the coast, to bring law, farming, and peace to the people. These sons, sometimes depicted as twins, establish temples, teach metallurgy, and organize society. In the Amazon, the Tucanoan peoples speak of the Anaconda twins. They emerge from the primordial river, their bodies long and luminous. As they travel downstream, they sing the world into order. They give humans rituals, teach them how to hunt and cook, show them how to speak with the spirits. In time, one becomes the jaguar, the animal of power and mystery. The other becomes a star, the eternal light above. In other stories, they become constellations, or vanishing spirits in the mist. Among the Arawakan people, twin gods represent fire and water. One warms, one cools. Together, they nourish, yet they also conflict. One may flood the world, the other may dry it out. The theme is constant: dual creation, cosmic balance, spiritual journey. The characters change, the lessons remain. Twin myths woven into the rivers and mountains of South America. In the forests and plains of the southeastern United States, twin stories continue to appear. The Cherokee tell of the Thunder Boys, sons of the Thunder God. They ride the clouds, shout across the sky, and hurl lightning at evil beings. Some say one brother is fierce and proud, bringing storms and floods. The other is gentle, bringing spring rain and growth. The Choctaw speak of brothers who descend from the heavens. One teaches song and law, guiding the people. The other ascends again, becoming a morning star. The Muskogee tell of twin warriors who guard the boundary between the human world and the realm of spirits. Always two, always in contrast. Even celestial bodies are seen this way: the sun and moon, the morning star and evening star, daylight and twilight. Brothers locked in eternal cycle, each dependent on the other. And so the myth stretches across the continent. Different languages, different customs, one shared pattern. So, what does it all mean? Why do cultures with no known connection share nearly identical twin myths? Some scholars suggest it's psychological, an expression of our divided selves, logic and emotion, action and restraint. Others point to archetypes, symbols, embed and restraint. Others point to archetypes, symbols embedded in the human psyche, the hero and the shadow, creation and destruction. But what if there's more? What if these are not just symbols, but fragments of ancient history? Could the twin heroes have been real figures? Leaders, teachers, explorers, their deeds exaggerated, spiritualized, passed on orally until myth and memory became one? Or could they reflect a forgotten cosmology, a universal belief system older than nations, carried across generations, encoded in story, ritual, and landscape? A worldview that saw harmony not in sameness, but in balance. The twin principle: every force needs its complement, every motion its counter, every birth its death. It is the foundation of nature itself. Light cannot exist without shadow. The sun sets, the moon rises. Heat meets cold, fire meets water. And in that dance, the world turns. Twin heroes, two halves of a whole. From the jungles of the Maya to the deserts of the Navajo. From the rivers of the Hopewell to the skies of the Cherokee. From the serpent-filled Amazon to the thunder-soaked mountains of the Andes. These brothers shape the land, fight the monsters, restore the balance. They die and return. They fall and rise. They remind us that the world is not built on one force alone, but on the tension between two. Day and night, silence and sound, order and chaos. They are mirrors, one showing what we are, the other showing what we could become. Their names change, their faces shift, but their story lives on, in myth, in memory, and perhaps in us. This has been Untold Secrets of Ancient America. Subscribe to Echoes of America for more hidden histories from the forgotten past. Until next time, listen closely, because sometimes the echoes speak truth.